is Carol Raza from Bridge of Faith.
Hi. I'm really thrilled to be here and be included in this conversation. I talk about a different segment of homelessness, which are those that are made homeless by the state. Their time is up in foster care and they're told to leave. And if you can just imagine what that feels like, most of you can't imagine, but come spend the day. I'll let you know what it feels like. You can see it in the eyes of the girls. And we just celebrated 20 years of being in the community. We have 3 homes, and we have every year given 5,000 at least safe nights to girls in the community that have been homeless. And we also have expanded, so we do mom with child. And our youngest was just born 2 weeks ago. And so we have 12 girls currently and 4 children. We have one girl that came to us pregnant. She had her child May 1st a year ago. And she asked if her biological mom could come and babysit. And I'm like, whoa, that's really different, because this is a mom that had not taken her child back out of foster care. So I thought, okay, well, she's under the protection of our home. This is a good thing, I think. So we tried it. It worked. It worked beautifully. So they decided to move out together. And again, my red flags went up, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know that that's good. I didn't say it, but just internally. So wouldn't you know, 2 weeks before they were going to move, her car broke down. So they couldn't move. And I was ecstatic. I'm like, more time with them. They need to heal. This is difficult. You aren't just helping a mom raise a child, but you're helping a grandmother reunite with her family and learn to meet her grandchild and be part of that. And that's huge. And the reason that we can do that, sorry, get emotional, is because we don't take state money. They can't tell us what to do. The state was the children's parent, and I'm sorry, they suck. They don't love kids. You know, it just doesn't work that way. So we don't take it. We struggle at times, but we always eat. And we have 3 homes, and you know, anyone looking from the outside think everything's beautiful. You know why? Because we love the kids. And they're not just kids, because we don't have an age limit, and we don't have a time limit. That means I have a newborn, and I also have a 40-year-old. Don't tell her I said that. But, you know, because they could stay with us. I've had a girl that left in 2003 and came back last September, because that day her company closed down. She went home and told her roommate, and she said, well, you're not going to like what I have to say. I'm moving back to New Jersey at the end of the month. So she emailed me, because see, my girls know they can come back home. And we're the only one in the nation to do that. To put 3 generations together in our homes, or a girl to come back. Of a girl in her 30s that just started college. Why? Because she couldn't get a job. You know what, if you're not documented here, and why you can go through a whole system and not be documented, don't ask me. But when the I-9 came into effect, she could no longer work. So one day, a month ago, she's in my car and saying, you know, I've been praying, why doesn't God give me a job? You know, we can find her little pickup things to do that doesn't require all that other documentation. And so I told her, I said, do me a favor, close your eyes. I'm driving, you close your eyes. Now, tell me what you want to do. What do you want life to be for you? You know what she said? Shocked me. She said, I want to make robots. I want to work on robotics. And she's a techie. And I thought, okay. So what's stopping you? So of course she thinks I'm nuts, because I am. But she said, I'd have to go to college. And I said, so why don't you? And I know perfectly well why she doesn't. And she said, because I can't afford it. And I said, if you could, would you go? And she said, yes. So by now we're both crying, right? And I'm trying to drive. And I said, okay, tomorrow you're going to register at Real Honda. And she is the most excited student I have ever had. And she is at nighttime going to the community college on, what is it, Mulberry and Painter, to get her high school diploma, because when all of her stuff happened in her life, she was going to high school and to college, doing both at the same time. Her mother died, everything stopped. And her, like several of my girls, came from First Aid. And, you know, everyone deserves a chance. I can't see that part.
It's time's up.
Time's up, okay. We also have moms that are getting their kids back that have been in foster care. And part of that, again, comes from the community and your support at our store on Greenleaf and Walnut, Upscale Collectibles. Foster care calls our caseworker, probation officer, mental health worker, and says, we need furniture, what can you do? So just come on in and we bless them with whatever we have. Thank you.
Julie Cross.
Hi, thank you all for being here. I think my theme of the day and of the solution to homelessness is collaboration, and here in this room is sort of proof of that. I always call solving homelessness a team sport. We're not going to solve it by dropping a single bomb on the county and expecting it to just be done. It's not an event, it's a process. It's one-to-one engagement. It's you know, everybody doing their part. It takes time to figure out what each person's need is and to connect them to the right solutions. So recuperative care, we receive the homeless that are being discharged from the hospital, as Gloria mentioned. She's one of our good partners. When they're discharged from the hospital, at the point where they would be discharged to home, they don't have a home to go to. So the hospitals will send them to us. We help, our team of nurses help make sure that they're healing as expected, taking their medications appropriately, and connect them to primary care doctors in the community that they consider home. Our case managers will also work with the clients to help get their documents in order so that when housing is available, they've got their birth certificate, they've got their ID, they've got, you know, an income source that will help sustain them in those housing opportunities. And we're very committed to outreach. I personally do most of my outreach up on Skid Row. But whether it's Skid Row or Whittier, the outreach teams here from Whittier, TK, he's amazing. But it's one-to-one, it's relationship building. Housing First is great. Getting them right from the street into permanent supportive housing is awesome for the percentage of people that works for. The percentage that we deal with are the ones that need some stabilization first. They need to learn how to be housed. Oftentimes the hospitals will send them to us and they have not been indoors other than being in the hospital for many years, and they last maybe a day or two and then they abandon the program and go back to their encampments. They're used to being outliers. They appreciate the isolation that being an outlier provides them. And so maybe a little while later the hospital will re-refer them, and maybe this time they'll stay for a few days before they abandon the program. And so sometimes it takes a few runs at learning how to be housed, learning how to follow the rules, and learning that the rules are there to make their experience better, not just because we're mean and we like having lots of rules. And so it's a process. It takes months, it takes even years to engage some of these people to gain their trust, and again for them to learn how to be housed. And all the bright minds in the world can't seem to solve this problem, because no one person has the solution. It's multiple agencies, it's people with different gifts and different talents. Ted has gifts and talents to offer that I don't have, and so does Vanessa, and together we can do this. I'm actually now co-chair of the WARN committee, which is Whittier Area Resource Network. So again, it's like-minded people trying to do their piece to resolve homelessness, and we come together monthly to meet. And there's lots of other, meetings, so flyers on the table. But I appreciate all of you being here, and that's about it.